Grace to you and welcome to episode 5, DVA Leadership Structure and the 12 Tribes of DVA. So my name is Bishop Amory Holligan, and let us learn more about who we are. So when we look at the DVA leadership structure, we have our Chief Seer. That is Chief Seer Dr. Andre Thomas. He is the father, visionary, and apostolic leader with the spiritual covering for Divine Visitation Assemblies. He's the originator of the ministry mandate, message, and mission, serving as the primary voice of the direction for the entire global network. Then we have our Chief Watchman, or the Safa. That is Safa Dr. Nina Thomas. She is the mother, intercessor, and prophetic partner to the Chief Seer in leading Divine Visitation Assemblies. She served as the strategic spiritual leader, nourishing ministry through prayer, prophetic insight, and mentorship. She is the primary leader of the DVA prayer mandate and a guardian of the ministry's spiritual atmosphere. Then we have the Hurl Council. They provide leadership, management, and administration that directly leads the hands of the visionary and support him in his work. The members of the Hurl Council are the Chief Watchman or the Chief Executive Officer, responsible for the execution and oversight of all operation of Fawn Nation. We have the Chief of Staff, responsible for the management, the office of the visionary, and working with division directors to ensure the agenda set by the visionary is being executed. We have the Bishop of Training, responsible for global training for its citizen of Fawn Nation. We have the lead pastor of the Headquarters Church, responsible for pastoring the Headquarters Church. We have the Chief Partnership Officer, responsible for raising and managing the individuals and the organization financial partners of Fawn Nation. We have the Board Secretary, responsible for governance and compliance of the organization of its constitution and its obligation to government entities and stakeholders. Then we have our Executive Administrator, responsible for providing executive administrative support to the visionary, the CEO, and the organization. Our next group is the Joshua Council, our regional bishops. Our regional bishops are senior spiritual leaders who provide oversight for a designated region or a major division of the ministry. They ensure that the minister, leaders, and congregation under their care are aligned with the DVA vision, mission, and biblical values. Then we have our lead pastors. Our lead pastors provide spiritual and organizational leadership over national or city congregation. They're responsible for the overall vision, the teaching, the pastoral care, and the outreach efforts for their congregation. Then we have our elders and executive pastors. They carry out both spiritual authorities and administrative responsibility for the leading and the overseeing specific tribes within the ministries. Then we have our pastors. These are our spiritual shepherds who lead many congregations within the church and ensure that members are disciplined, are discipled, cared for, and activated. Then we have our pastors. Our pastors are our spiritual shepherds who lead many congregations within the church, ensuring members are discipled, cared for, and activated in their faith. Then we have our deacons. Our deacons are appointed leaders who are entrusted with overseeing and administering the specific ministry departments. They ensure that departments are operations, the programs, the team functions are aligned with the overall vision and mission of Divine Visitation Assemblies. Then we have the minister of the word. These are our ordained and licensed servants of the gospel. They're commissioned to proclaim, teach, and expound the word of God in alignment with our vision and mandate of DVA. We have the ministers in song. The ministers in song are anointed worship leaders that are tasked with preparing spiritual atmosphere for the move of God through music and worship. We also have our stewards. Our stewards is our dedicated workforce of Divine Visitation Assemblies. They serve as the ministry's hands and feet. They carry out day-to-day operations, logistics, and service functions that enable the ministries to run with excellence. Therefore, we just went through our leadership structure. We are now going to go into our 12 tribes. Yes, the 12 tribes cover every aspect of our church operation. So see what tribe you should join. Our first tribe is the tribe of Mordecai. This is our protocol and security. Our protocol department serves as the personal assistance and security details for our chief seer and our Safa are our chief watchman. We also have our security department. They secure the services and protect the sanctuary and leaders in the congregations. So, is protocol and security for you? We also have our tribe of Nehemiah. This is our kingdom financiers and our business professionals. So listen up, those persons. We have our kingdom financiers department, and they're persons who have the gift from God to finance God's agenda. We also have our business professional department, and they use their gift to assist with planning and executing events and special projects. We have our tribe of EP5. Yes, this is our prayer and intercession. We have our intercession department. Those are gifted and assignments to prayer for the agenda of God and the spiritual defense of our ministry. And we also have our prayer leaders department. They're responsible for leading the congregation in prayer during meetings and special events. So, do you have the gift of prayer? Are you called to prayer? The tribe of EP5. The tribe of Aaron. We have the administration and operation. We have the church secretariat. They're responsible for the administration and general operation of the church. We have DVA finance. They're responsible for like counting, recording, keeping information on the tithes, the offering, and donations. We also have the prophet office, or our chief seer. And of course here, this is the administrative support, protocol team. They have critical persons who supports the mandate of our chief seer. Then we have our first lady office or the Safa's office. And here we have the same administrative support, protocol team, and critical persons who support the mandate of the Safa, our first lady. Then we have the intelligence department. Now they provide intelligence to the leadership on the state of the flock and also on those critical matters. We also have public relations, our DVA public relations, and they are responsible for our image internationally and nationally. They cover those different areas. We have our DVA social media, and they're responsible for distributing the message and the grace of DVA through our various social media. So check us out on all our social media, Facebook, YouTube, find it all. Maintenance department. Now they're responsible for the maintenance of the sanctuary structure. So are you key with a hammer? You can work in that maintenance department. Sure. Let us go in now to our tribe of Timothy. This is for ministry and training. So here is where we have our certified ministers, we have our licensed ministers, and our ordained ministers department. So you'll be able to see those different levels. We also have our children of destiny. Now this is where our grace of DVA are shared with our 0 to 10-year-olds. Okay, or another way we call it Sunday schools, right? We also have our activated women, and this is where our grace and message are shared with our DVA women. And then we have the Sons of Thunder, yes, and that is for our DVA men. And our youth at Cell, this is for our youth department, and our Mining the Gold movement, and this is where we have the message and the grace of DVA to our young adults. So you see, we cover from our children all the way to all of our adults, the men, the women. We are covered in every single area. Now we have the tribe of Asaph. This is praise, worship, and creative arts. We have our NABA band, that's our worship team, and our minstrels of the ministry. Make sure you go onto YouTube. Make sure you go onto any of your the Spotify, Apple, and download your NABA albums, okay? Download your albums. But also what we have our audiovisual department. And so those are responsible for the projection, the presentation, the announcements during the service. We have our song team. So of course, you know, that's working with our song and how it's produced and how it's experienced by those of the congregation. We have our drama department, and there is where they take the messages and demonstrate it in drama. Are you good at drama? Are you an actor, actress? Come on and make sure you join the drama team. Now we have the tribe of Joseph. This is our business and entrepreneurship. Now we have two departments. We have our business event department, and they're responsible for like planning events, for the development and mentorship of the business owners. Then we have the business network department, and they're responsible for like creating like network opportunities for the business people in the ministry. So if you are a business owner, therefore this is definitely a tribe. Are you looking to start your own business? This is a tribe that really can help you out. So join that tribe. We also have the tribe of Asher. This is hospitality and facilities. We have the hospitality department, and they're responsible for catering and services at special church events. Are you a good cook? Do you love cooking? Are you a nice sous chef, if you might call yourself? This is a department that you can be in, or persons who just love to serve. We also have our design and decor department. This made things in our sanctuary look beautiful, and they're responsible for basically decorating the sanctuary and also for special events and special services. So if you have that design touch, check out that department. We also have our sanctuary keepers, and they are the persons who clean the sanctuary and keep everything spot and clean. We also have, now we go to our tribe of Obed Eden. These are our cell groups, and they're responsible for small gatherings to preach the gospel and to expand the ministry reach. So this is a time where we can gather together and we can break down the word and we can understand more, and also invite others so we can expand what God has called us to do. We also have the tribe of Shalom. This is ushers and the altar workers. The altar workers, they're responsible for safety and adequate covering of those being ministered at the altar. We also have the usher department, and they're responsible for greeting members and visitors as they escort them to the seat. So those are those beautiful smiling faces that you see when you walk through our sanctuaries. You also have the tribe of Philip, evangelism and outreach. Therefore, we have the crusade evangelist department, and they're responsible for preaching the gospel during crusades. We have the evangelism workers department, and they assist in the crusades. We have the voice of compassion department, and they plan and execute outreach in retirement homes, prisons, hospitals, and various areas. So you, if that is an area, definitely try and join the tribe of Philip. That is the area, and look at those departments. We also have the tribe of Titus. This is mentorship and training. Here we have the new believers department, and they're basically responsible for walking that newly saved individual through their journey. We have the new members department, and they're responsible for providing orientation of the ministry, letting you find out what we do here, and They shows the function and the tribes and the cultures. And we also have our Titus Leadership Institute, and they're responsible for planning and execution of the training for our ministry stewards. So today we went through our DVA leadership structure and our tribes. I hope you find out the area that you have been called to when we look at the tribes, and you see how it covers every single aspect of our operation. And this is how the machine, I would say, of our ministry work. So definitely check out those tribes, join those tribes, and execute your value within those tribes so that we will complete the vision that God has given us at Fun and DVA. So thank you so much for joining, and see you at the next episode.